If this happens to Bitcoin, it is over. But we have seen this many times before. So what can we expect from Bitcoin? Every single top and every single bottom, we swiped the low before and we saw a major move towards the upside. And are we currently seeing the exact same? We have a massive week ahead with some very important news. And of course, we're gonna dive into the Ethereum charts here to know everything we need to do right now. But first of all, please make sure to follow me over on X to never miss something into crypto ever again. I will keep you updated throughout the day here over on my X page. And please make sure to subscribe over on my YouTube channel to never miss a daily update crypto video ever again. And I will be talking about setups I am taking in the market right over here and over on my X page. But for now, let's dive right away into the chart, because what can we see? We are currently at our make or break support zone here, and we saw a dump from the mid-range make or break zone towards the support zone. And of course, if we look at the past, every single time we tapped this support zone here, we saw a pump towards the upside. But a really important thing to know is all the orders that were in this support zone are already get filled here with those touches. What does this mean? That a support is getting weaker and weaker every single time we tap into this support zone. And right now it is the fourth time we tap in this support zone, and that means that all the orders are gone and we need some massive buy orders to pump the price towards the upside. So what am I saying right now? That all the orders here got filled, but below in this box, probably not. So that means that we will probably, if we get supported by this zone, we will find support in the lower side of this zone. But there is also a chance here that we will break this support because there are no orders anymore in this box here, and that will cause for a further dump towards the downside and probably towards this low of approximately $102,000. If we get supported here, we can see a little pump towards the mid-range. That is our starting point of the move down. That is exactly where you can take a trade or either further towards the downside, or if you are longing this support zone, you can take some profit off the table here. But if we look structure-wise, what is happening? We formed this low, we formed this lower high, and right now, if we find support here, and that is a really important thing here, if we find support here, we create a higher low than this one, and that will cause for maybe some momentum towards the upside. If we create a lower low here, that will cause for a dump further towards the downside. But right now, we are higher than this low, and that will structure-wise mean that we found a higher low here, and that the next move is towards this lower high here. And if we break that lower high, we will have such more momentum towards the upside of the range, and we're flipping the lower time frame trend towards the upside. But right now I want to see price getting supported by this zone and break this mid-range resistance. If we break the support zone, we can also short it further towards the downside here, because that will be very bearish. One thing I want to discuss, and I've been talking about this chart a lot, but it's really important to know that we had several dumps here in this bull market, and every single time we also saw a pump afterwards. And right now we're dumping once again, but everyone is talking about that it's over on these white lines. But ever since in the past we tapped that white line, and we saw a pump towards the upside, and that's exactly what we are seeing right now. So don't be panicked here, because this happened a lot in the past here, and we saw every since slightly after a tap of that white line a pump towards the upside, and that is what we can expect here next. Then a really important thing is every low and every high is getting swiped before a big move towards the upside. Okay, what do I mean by that? Is okay, we set a high right over here, price pumps a little bit above it to take everyone who is short in this top out of their positions before the real move happens towards the downside. That is exactly what we are seeing with long positions as well. So what does this mean? If everyone is longing this low and price pumps directly towards the upside, that means that everyone is making money in the market, and that is not gonna happen. So what does price do? We dump right below it to take everyone who entered a position in this whole zone here out of their position, and that is exactly when the real move starts. We saw it right over here, but also with this top right over here, we swiped that old high, and then the real move started towards the downside. But right now, what we can see is that we maybe swiped that low towards the downside right over here. So we saw a swipe. Everyone was long in the market. From here, we swiped everyone, and that is where the real move starts. Or do we need to see a swipe of this low before the real move starts? And that is what I am anticipating for, to be really honest, that we dump towards that 102, 103K to take this low out, and that is exactly when a real move starts, because I know that if we dump towards these price zones, everyone will be panicking in the market, and that is exactly when Bitcoin start their real move towards the upside. So I want to be seeing a slightly dump towards this wick here, take it out, and then start the real move towards downside, towards the upside, sorry. And if we see so, I will be opening up some major positions on Bitcoin here. Then also this week is a massive week for news, and we can see today Fed adds $15 billion of liquidity. On Tuesday, the US-China agreement will be signed. On Wednesday, we see jobs data that will be dropped here. On Thursday, the jobless claims will be dropped. On Friday, the inflation expectations update will be dropped. And on Saturday, the politics takes center stage again. And this is a massive, massive week for the news and for the economy, but also for risk on assets like Bitcoin. So this will cause for a lot of volatility for Bitcoin, but that can be your advantage as well, of course. If we can see here on Bitcoin, the liquidity map, we can see that we, of course, are building liquidity above us because everyone is shorting the market. That will cause for a major liquidity swipe towards the upside. So we can see right over here, if we pump towards 111.2K or 112K here, $4 billion will be liquidated. And that is exactly what market makers want. They want to take everyone out of their positions. And well, the liquidity is laying above us here. There is a really high chance to get a liquidity grab towards the upside to take everyone out. And that means Bitcoin will pump eventually. If you want to trade Bitcoin over on exchange here, please make sure to sign up through Weex. It's the best exchange out there, and you will be having the best prices, the best liquidity, and the best fees. So please make sure to sign up for Weex if you want to trade Bitcoin and crypto with the best circumstances here. Also, if we look at Ethereum, we can see that price is moving towards the downside, and we see that structure-wise, we are getting pushed towards an edge point here. And every single time we have support right over here, but like I said on Bitcoin, all those orders are getting filled and the moves are getting lower. So what can we see? We have support right over here, of course, but every single time we tap that support, we saw a move towards the upside. We tap that support, we saw a move towards the upside. Right here, we tapped support, and what did we see? A little pump towards the upside. What does this mean? That there were not enough buy orders for Ethereum to push the price really higher towards old highs here, but that we got a rejection from of this level. Right now, we are currently testing that support once again, but we saw it right over here. There were not enough buy orders for Ethereum, and there is a really high chance we don't see enough buy orders right now, so we will drop further towards the upside or see a small move towards the upside and then even a further correction towards the downside. So what am I expecting for Ethereum is that we get a liquidity swipe further towards the downside in this white box to take everyone out of their positions who longed Ethereum on the bottom here, and that are our entries. So we will take everyone out here in the white zone, and that is exactly where I am entering a trade towards the upside for Ethereum. So that is my Ethereum game plan here, and I am really excited to see if we really liquidate everyone in the market, because liquidations are also orders. So that means that if everyone got liquidated, people need to take a buy order to get into their positions, and that is exactly what we want to be seeing here. And everyone is long from at the same point, so it will be very easy to just take them out and enter the next move towards the upside. So this is a really important liquidity zone I am looking at right now. And that was it for today's video. Please make sure to follow me over on X to never miss something ever again with news, with important charts I'm not discussing right in this video. But please make sure to follow me over there to never miss something ever again. And please make sure to subscribe over on my YouTube channel to never miss a daily update video again, and to never miss a move into crypto ever again, because I am literally talking about important setups here on Ethereum and on Bitcoin. And if this happens here, I literally gave you the perfect trade alpha in this video. So please make sure to subscribe, and I will see you tomorrow by a brand new crypto daily update video.